Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for singing. Balaram incarnation. Okay. Sukani Mataji, she didn't join, isn't it? Okay. She said she would like to sing, so just okay, maybe she's late. It's okay. Let's begin. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपीशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn about Lord Balaram, his incarnation. It is quite confidential. He is the first expansion of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. He is the first expansion. His main duty is to please Krishna. He just assists Krishna in all his pastimes. That is the main thing he does. And he's also Adi Guru. He's the original spiritual master. He is sustaining the whole, the material incarnation and everything, they say. He is the source. And then nobody can approach Krishna directly. We have to go through the Guru only. So Lord Balaram gives us the spiritual strength that we need. Bala means strength. In this case, he was a very strong person, but actually what it means is immense spiritual strength. Bala, spiritual strength. Then let's see what all happens in Krishna Leela. He is Lord Shesha also, who is the Adi Shesha, on whom Lord Krishna rests. So, Balaram Leela. Okay, let's understand technically what is given. Balaram is the first plenary manifestation of Lord Krishna, which means Swamsha. From Baldev, Balaram, Baldev, they're the same person. He has three names, Balaram, Baldev, Sankarshan. So from Baldev expands Sankarshan, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And from Sankarshana, there is an expansion of Narayana. And from Narayana, second quadruple expansions happen. Sankarshana, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Anirudh. And from the second Sankarshana, what we see, comes Mahavishnu. And then he's the first Purusha Avatara. Mahavishnu, we see in the causal ocean, is the creator of the aggregate material energy. And then Garbhodakshay Vishnu is an expansion of Pradyumna. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is an expansion of Aniruddha. This is given to us. So we just have to understand, that's all. Okay, now, this is what is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela. Sarva avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Sahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. Then I'll read this also. Ekai Swarupa Dohe Bhinna Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Vyuha Krishna Leela Sahaya. Can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna. The translation and purport. These slokas are telling us about Balaram, who he is. Can someone read?
Hare Krishna,
Hare-
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. You would like to read? Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Yes. Only translations, no, Mataji.
And the purport also.
Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balarama is his second body. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna, the Absolute Personality of Godhead, is the primeval Lord, the original form of Godhead, and his first expansion is Sri Balarama. The personality of Godhead can expand himself in innumerable forms. The forms that have unlimited potency are called Swamsa, and forms that have limited potencies, the living entities, are called Vibhinamsa.
Hare
These
Krishna, Mataji. We
Hare
can
Krishna.
discuss this. Okay.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Swamshas are his personal expansions which have the same potency. We are all Vibhinamsha. We are not unlimited like Balram. So, Swamsha, there's no difference between Krishna and Balram. Krishna is blackish, it's like the color of the monsoon cloud. Balram is white. That's the only difference. They have the same potency. That is Swamsha. Vibhinamsha means all the jivas. We have the same quality as Krishna, but not in qualitatively we are the same. Quantitatively we are not same. So that's what it said here. So can someone read the second one? Ekai Swarupa Dohe Bhinna Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Viva Krishna Leelaya Sahai. Yes, Mataji. Would you like to continue? And Sukanya Prasad Mataji also has raised her hand. She can read the next slide. Hare Krishna Mataji. Vinda Mataji, would you like to read? Sukanya Prasad Mataji, would you like to read the second one?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, go ahead. Yeah.
These two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balarama is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Purport. Balarama is a Swamsa expansion of the Lord, and therefore there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balarama. The only difference is in their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balarama is the chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All these pastimes are transcendental pastimes. Only devotees can understand his appearance and disappearance, because Krishna's appearance and disappearance, it's all on transcendental plane. There are people who think he was just a human being walking around. No, it's just like one of us, but that is not so. And Balram's mood is such that he always understands Krishna. He's very clever, intelligent that way. He knows what Krishna wants, how he wants, what he wants, everything. He follows his orders properly. And whatever he does, whether it is fanning Lord Krishna or massaging his feet or whatever it is, it is all done out of pure love. It's not like Krishna is saying, "Come, Balram, please fan me or carry me," or nothing like that. Balram is voluntarily, with full love. His his heart is filled with Krishna love. So he just serves Krishna. That's what he does 24 hours. And they say Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, these Chaturviha. Vasudev's expansion is Lord Ram. Sankarshana is Lakshman. Pradyumna is Bharat, and Aniruddha is Shatrugna, they say. So all these expansions are Swamsha and they have the same potency. Swamsha potencies are the same. So all the Swamsha expansions are the same potency as the Lord. So can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The Lord also declared to Yogamaya, my plenary expansions, Ananta Shesha is within the womb of Devaki on account of being forcibly attracted to the womb of Rohini. He will be known as Sankarshana and will be the source of all spiritual power or Bala, by which one can attain the highest bliss of life, which is called Ramana.
Ramana.
Therefore, Ramana. Therefore, the plenary portion, Ananta will be known after his appearance either as Sankarshana or a Balarama.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So, see, he provides spiritual strength because material energy diminishes. When we are young, we have so much energy. As we grow older, what happens? We can see our strength is not the same. It decreases with old age. Body is not cooperating. But spiritual strength is not like that. Every day it increases. Day by day it becomes stronger and stronger. And that strength comes from Balaram. So we can see Prabhupada at the age of 70, at the age of 80, he had tremendous spiritual strength. So Hanuman also, Prabhupada says, they put Hanuman's picture, they worship Hanuman. It's great to worship Hanuman, not an issue. But they think they do wrestling, and they do all this with all kind of physical exercise. They want to become strong, so they say Jai Hanuman, Jai Bajrang Bali, and they try to show off that muscles and abs and all that. But Hanuman also gives spiritual strength. What makes him strong is spiritual strength because he has so much everything granted by Lord Ram. So what he exhibits, flying over the ocean, carrying the mountain, this is all coming from his spiritual strength. He gives spiritual strength, not bodily strength. So that is a misconception. So we have to remember that all political power, material strength, everything is temporary. But spiritual strength is not like that. It keeps us going and gives us so much energy. Then Prabhupada also, he approached all these political leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, for instance. He approached him. He said, "The whole India is following you. So many people follow you. You take to Krishna consciousness, they will also automatically take to Krishna consciousness because people follow a leader." But then these politicians were not interested, because they have their own self-interest, which is not in the right place. So they can't leave politics so easily until death. Unless sometimes somebody kills them also, they won't leave. So Prabhupada was trying, it didn't happen. So after 50, especially, we have to be very serious about our spiritual growth. Ramana means pleasure. This said, this Radha Ramana temple also is there, right? Gopal Bhatta Goswami it was his deity. Radha Raman temple in Vrindavan. Ramana means one who gives pleasure. So Anantashesh, Balram, Sankarshan, Baldev, all these, they are the same person. Can someone read this? Hare Krishna.
Shall I
Hare
read,
Krishna.
Mataji?
Okay. I think Sujata Mataji also spoke. Mataji, you wouldn't to read?
Yes, Mataji, I will. Very
Okay,
small
Mataji.
letters. I'm on mobile, so sometimes I struggle. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In the Upanishad, it is stated, Nayam Atma. What is that, Nayam Atma?
Nayamatma, Balahinena Labhya.
Okay. Nayam Atma Balahinena Labhya. The purport is that one cannot attain the supreme platform of self-realization without being sufficiently favored by Balarama. Bala does not mean physical strength. No one can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength. One must have the spiritual strength which is infused by Balarama and Sankarshana. Ananta or Shesha is the source of the power which sustains all the planets in their different positions. Materially, this sustaining power is known as the law of gravitation, but actually it is a display of the potency of Sankarshana. Balarama or Sankarshana is the source of spiritual power or the original spiritual master. Therefore, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also the incarnation of Balarama, is the original spiritual master, and the spiritual master is the representative of Balarama. The form of Supreme Personality of Godhead who supplies spiritual strength. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is confirmed that the spiritual master is the manifestation of the
Mercy of Krishna.
Mercy of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So Nityananda is, Lord Nityananda is also Balaram. So that is given here. Again, it is said, you cannot attain self-realization or spiritual perfection by physical strength, because we need consistency in bhakti. So we have to pray to Lord Balaram. So give me, consistent, let me be consistent in my bhakti practice. Because it shouldn't be like one day I do this, next day I don't have the mood or motivation to do that. So we need tremendous energy or strength to continue in our bhakti. So we have to keep praying. And we say everything is sustained. Science says that it is all due to law of gravity. But what our scriptures say, this is the potency of Sankarshan Balaram. It is because of Balaram, Adishesh, Anantashesh. Because of him, everything is happening. Law of gravity also. See, in Ramayana, we know those stones floated. Rama's stones, when they were building the bridge, it was floating. It is against gravity, right? How does that happen? This is all spiritual. We cannot explain this with our materialistic calculation. So that is something beyond what we can understand. So things like that happen. It's all because of Adishesh, or Ananta Shesh, who is Balram himself. And then Nityananda Prabhu also shows from his example. This Raghunath Das Goswami wants to leave his home. He belongs to a very wealthy family. His father is a landlord. They had thousands of gold coins, thousands. Their income was so much. And then landlord, his name is Majumdar, Hiranya Majumdar or something. But he wanted to renounce everything and go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, take his shelter. Then Nityananda Prabhu advises him, "Oh, you want to take his shelter? You cannot do this without the Guru's help. You need Guru's mercy to attain Mahaprabhu." So he gives him some instructions. He says, feed chipped rice, you do this and that. And then after he meets Nityananda Prabhu, takes his instructions, actually he's able to leave home, travel in the forest. He goes through the forest and reaches Jagannath Puri. Somehow he makes it. And then after that, we know how determined he was in his bhakti. About Raghunath Goswami, they say so many things. So humble he was. In spite of being coming from such a wealthy family, he was a perfect devotee. So it's like that happened because of Lord Nityananda's mercy. The name giving ceremony now starts what we read in our Krishna book. All these pastimes will start one after another. They're lovely pastimes. Who would like to read this slide? Hare Krishna.
Can I read, Mataji?
Okay, Mataji.
When Gargamuni was so eagerly requested by Nanda Maharaja, he performed the name-giving ceremony as secretly as possible in the cowshed of Nanda Maharaja. He informed Nanda Maharaja that the son of Rohini would be very pleasing to his family members and relatives, and therefore would be called Rama. In the future, he would be extraordinarily strong and therefore would be called Baladeva. Gargamuni said further, because your family and family of the Yadus are so intimately connected and attracted, his name will also be Sankarshana. This means that Gargamuni awarded 3 names to the son of Rohini, namely Balaram, Sankarshana, and Baladeva. But he carefully did not disclose the fact that Balarama had also appeared in the womb of Devaki and was subsequently transferred to the womb of Rohini. Krishna and Balarama are real brothers, being originally sons of Devaki. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So this naming ceremony happened in the cowshed. We read all this in our Krishna book. We have read it twice actually. So it's just so nice, so sweet. Then he gives him 3 names, Baldev, Balram and Sankarshan. Why? Because he was attracted to the womb of Rohini. And he keeps this as a secret. It's confidential. He doesn't disclose in front of everyone, whoever is there. And then the names are so auspicious, what, like Gargamuni himself, imagine such an elevated personality comes and, suggests names. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to happen. Names should be very auspicious, and usually it should be connected with the Lord's names or something. But in today's world, we see it's all fading. Nobody follows that anymore. But from Krishna book and from Bhagavatam, we know that children's names should be really very pleasing, and it should make sense. It should be spiritual names, like here. Every time in the ancient India, they used to follow that. They used to name their children Narayana or Radha and all that. So it used to happen. So these days it's little gone. So we can see how beautiful the ceremony was. The butter thieves, the most interesting pastime. Who would like to read? Is Sarvagna there? Yes, Sarvagna. Sarvagna, would you like to read?
Okay, Mataji. The butter thieves. If we keep our stock of yogurt, butter, and milk in a solitary dark place, your Krishna and Balarama find it in the darkness by the glaring effulgence of the ornaments and jewels on their bodies. If by chance they cannot find the hidden butter and yogurt, they go to our little babies and pinch their bodies so that they cry and then they go away. If out of fear of these naughty boys, we keep our stock of butter and yogurt high on the ceiling, hanging on a string, although it is beyond their reach, they arrange to reach it by piling all kinds of wooden planks over the grinding machine. And if they cannot reach, they make a hole in the pot. We think, therefore, that you would better take all the jeweled ornaments from the bodies of your children.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So what happens here is Krishna and Balaram, this butter and yogurt is hidden in such a dark place, still they can find it. It is like these ladies, all the gopis, they're thinking it's because of the effulgence that's coming from the ornaments and jewels that they are wearing. That's why they're able to find the pots. So nicely they are able to, if they cannot see this, all they do, they spill also, they break the pots also. They're very naughty. For butter, they do all this. So they are telling, just take away the jeweled ornaments, at least, in dark they can't find. But Krishna and Balram, wherever they are from, they say in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tad Dhamma, how is his Dhamma? It doesn't need sun and moon and electricity or anything. It is effulgent because of the Lord himself. His body is effulgent. So it's the light or whatever he can see in the dark also. Even Balram also, same thing. The effulgence is coming from them. Krishna praises Balaram. What happens when they're walking around in Vrindavan? All these trees, they are paying obeisances. They all are great personalities who are present here to serve Lord Krishna in Shantaras. All the cows and birds and all the trees, plants, whatever we see, they all are serving Lord Krishna. They appeared here just to give fragrance and shelter and everything, so that Lord Krishna can enjoy his pastime here. So when he was walking around, he saw the trees used to bend to offer obeisances. He used to tell Balram, look, they are actually offering obeisances to you, just in a joking way. He knows it's for him, but these trees used to be ecstatic just to see them. They used to be all jubilant. They're like, wow, they are coming. As if they're touching his lotus feet, they'll bend, bow down. So here is saying, the primeval Lord saw that the stately trees with their beautiful reddish buds and their heavy burden of fruits and flowers were bending down to touch his feet with the tips of their branches. Thus he smiled gently and addressed his elder brother. He said, look, Balram, how nicely they worship you. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O greatest of Lords, just see how these trees are bowing their heads to your lotus feet, which are worshipable by the immortal demigods. The trees are offering you their fruits and flowers to eradicate the dark ignorance that has caused their birth as trees. So Krishna is giving a lot of importance to Balram. Krishna and the covered boys honor Balram. See here how it is. Krishna is massaging Balram's feet. So he reciprocates. He likes to serve his devotees. We are supposed to serve Krishna. That should be our main goal. We serve him, he serves us back. Reciprocates. So he carried these gopas on his back. He massaged their feet. He played in water with them. And we saw how he treated Sudama. So this is the Lord's mercy. The killing of Dhenukasura and friends. Who would like to read this? Sarvagna, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji. The killing of Dhenukasura and friends. Dhenukasura was a powerful demon who had assumed the form of an ass. With the demon friends, he was occupying Talavana, one of the 12 forests of Vrindavana. Out of fear of these demons, no one could approach Talavana and enjoy the numerous flowers and fruits in the forest. Balarama, induced by his coward friends, entered the forest, desiring to kill the demons. He began shaking the fruit trees, making a big noise. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So they came to know that this powerful demon, this donkey demon, is in this Talavana, is not allowing anybody to enter. There are some nice fruits. Nobody can approach that place at all. So what happens? Balram, induced by his cowherd friends, he enters the forest. He wants to kill the demon. So he starts shaking the fruit trees, makes lot of noise. Now the demon will come. See. Dhenuka, furious at the intrusion, attacked Balram with his rare legs. But Balram easily picked him up. Such a beautiful image. By his legs and whirled him around until he died. As the other demon friends of Dhenuka rushed to attack Krishna and Balram, they rushed to attack Krishna and Balram picked them up and threw them on trees, killing them. Soon the forest was free of all demons, and it appeared that the bent rays were being directed by Balram to pay obeisances to Krishna. See, he just whirled him around. He died and then he threw him. So like that only, all the all his friends also came attacked. All of them died. He just threw them. And see, all the trees are bent because of that. And it looked like they're offering obeisances to Lord Krishna. So this was the pastime of Dhenukasura, how the demon died. And then killing the demon, Pralambasura. Krishna killed Putana, Trinavarta, and then so many other demons, Bakasura, Aghasura, and all that. These are the demons Balram killed. Okay, can someone read this? Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Okay, Mataji.
Once, when Krishna and Balram were playing with the cowherd boys, a demon named Pralamba entered their midst, disguised as a cowherd boy. Understanding the invisible potency of Krishna, he instead decided to abduct Balram. At the end of the game, as the losing party, he was supposed to carry Balram on his shoulders. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So this demon disguised himself as a cowherd boy, but they actually could make out. Krishna knew exactly this is not one of them. Understanding the invincible potency of Krishna, he instead decided to abduct Balram. He thought, okay, there was a game that they played, who the losing party had to carry. So at the end of the game, as the losing party, he carried Balram on his shoulders. He's carrying. So he looks like a cowherd boy until a certain point. Then they can recognize him. Carrying the Lord on his shoulders, he ran swiftly, but Balram, realizing his true identity, the identity of demon, began to make himself heavier and heavier, unable to bear the weight. The demon assumed his original form, which was like a huge, dark, effulgent cloud. Such a beautiful image. We can actually see how it was. Decorated with golden ornaments, Balram then brought his fist down the head of the demon, splitting it into two and causing him to give up his life. So he just hit him on his head with his fist, and the head split, and the demon died. Pranamasura. They leave from Mathura. Krura comes to take these boys away from Mathura, from Vrindavan, and they are going to Mathura. And all the gopis, they are, expressing. They are all sad that they are leaving. They cry as if, in Krishna book it says, they are crying as if, as if they'll never see him again. When somebody is gone, and probably will never see them again. Somebody who really you love. So that's how they felt. It was intense separation. They were very, very sad. So, but it is not actually materialistic sadness. It is all spiritual ecstasy. The separation that they feel with the Lord, from the Lord, it's all spiritual. It's on a transcendental platform. Love in separation. Vision of Vishnu Loka within the Yamuna river. So what happens when Akrura is taking Balram and Krishna on a chariot? Yeah, just mute. What happens is, he stops his chariot, and then he lets them, go drink some water, for the ritualistic purification and all that. Then, with their permission, he'll go into the water to take a bath. When he dips in the water, he sees Lord Balram and Krishna in the water, in Yamuna. He's kind of very surprised because he's just chanting Vedic mantras. He sees both of them inside water. Immediately, he comes out and he goes towards the chariot. He'll see both of them sitting there with a smile. Like, their face is always smiling anyway. They're the beautiful faces. They're sitting on the chariot. He's like, what is just I see. He goes back into the water again. This time also he sees. What he sees is, this is what he sees. He sees Vishnu, in four-handed form. And there's all these demigods, all these great sages, great personalities are offering their prayers. And this Anantashesh is there, on which he's lying down. So he can recognize them. They're just sitting on the chariot. It's the same face. Balram and Krishna, he recognizes very nicely. He knows these are the same people who are with me on the chariot. Immediately he goes into ecstasy with choked voice, with folded hands. He joins his palms and offers prayers to them because he knows he's actually taking the Lord himself on his chariot. And exactly how Krishna was. He's wearing yellow color garments, and then his body is of the fresh rain cloud. So, such beautiful image he sees. He sees actually Vaikunta. He sees beyond so many things he sees in the water, within the water. He gets darshan. So, Krishna and Balram enter Mathura, and Mathura is like sophisticated. They're coming from a very simple place. Mathura has such tall, beautiful buildings, very beautiful roads and gardens and everything. So they go around the city enjoying the sights. And everybody is looking at them. They're all like, look, these two have come. How beautiful these boys are. Okay, now the breaking of the bow in the sacrificial arena. Lord Krishna and Balram took the two pieces of the broken bow and bit the angry. So what happened? Let's read. Can someone read, please? Hare Krishna. Who would like to read? Pramod Prabhuji, would you like to read? Okay. Was it Sukanya Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Pramod Prabhuji is also unmuted. Okay, we'll take turns. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, would you like to read?
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
Breaking of bow of in sacrificial arena. Hamsa had arranged for the sacrifice called Dhanu Yagna. He had placed a big bow near the sacrificial altar. The huge bow resembled a rainbow in the sky. The bow was protected by many constables and watchmen engaged by the king Kamsa. As Krishna and Balaram approached the bow, they were warned not to go near, but Krishna
Krishna ignored this warning.
and they wanted not to go near, forcefully and took the big bow in his hand. In the crowd, he drew it and at the middle two parts.
Prabhuji, your voice is breaking. I don't know whether it's for me only.
Elephant break sugar cane in every appreciated Krishna's power. The sound of the bow cracking filled both sky, land, and was heard by Kamsa. When Kamsa heard that what had happened, he began to fear for his life. Caretakers became angry, rushed towards Krishna to arrest him. Krishna and Balaram, taking up the two pieces of the broken bow, began to beat down all the Kamsa's caretakers. While this turmoil was going on, Kamsa sent a small group of troops to assist the caretakers, but Krishna and Balaram fought with them also and killed them all. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So what exactly Krishna did here was he's establishing his, it was very clear that he's not ordinary. So by this activity, what just happened? See, he just wanted to do Dhanur and then they also stopped him. All the constables, watchmen, they want not to go closer to the bow, but Krishna forcibly went, took the bow, and then he drew it. And after stringing the bow in the presence of the crowd, he drew it and broke it at the middle into two parts. The analogy given is as an elephant breaks sugarcane in the field. It was not a simple bow that anybody could break. It was very powerful and big, huge bow. So now you can see all of them are attacking Krishna, but he kills all of them. Kamsa is now very worried. He's already very worried. He has this, he knows, oh, this eighth child of Devaki is alive. He'll come one day to kill me. He's always living in that fear. So he was actually Krishna conscious, but in an unfavorable way. He was thinking about Krishna all the time, but not as a devotee, in a negative way. So here again, he sends so many people, but Krishna kills all of them. So now he's really scared. Kamsa knows, how do I kill these two boys? He arranges so many things. He keeps one very mad elephant, a drunk elephant near the entrance of he arranges for a wrestling match. And there is this elephant, Kuvalayapida, who is supposed to kill them, but nothing happens. So, and then with that broken bow only, they killed all of them. Lord Krishna Balaram took the two pieces of the broken bow, beat the angry caretakers of Kamsa, and killed the small group of troops sent by Kamsa to assist the caretakers. Okay, now this is the wrestling arena. Shala, Toshala, Chanura, Mushtika, Kuta, these were the wrestlers. They're very powerful, very strong wrestlers. And Krishna and Balaram were like teen boys. So all of them in the audience, they thought, this is so irreligious. This is not fair. This is not a fair match. How can these young, delicate boys fight these strong wrestlers? But we know Krishna and Balaram actually defeated all of them. Even Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Vasudev, Devaki, it's given in the book. No, all of them also were anxious. They did not know Krishna and Balaram's unlimited strength of their own children. They were in this parental love. They were getting very worried. What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to them? But Balaram fought with Mushtika. Krishna fought with Chanura. Then, first it appeared like these wrestlers are attacking them. Everybody was like getting very scared. And then what happened? He just picked him up. He picked up Chanura and wheeled him around. Krishna just could do that very easily. He wheeled him around with centrifugal action, it says. And then Chanura just died. And then Mushtika also. He struck Balaram. Balaram hit him back. And then he died. Just with a stroke. With great force, he hit him, punched him. And Mushtika died. Like this. And after Mushtika and Chanura died, all these others showed up. Shala, Toshala, and all this. And who killed who is given here. Lord Krishna killed Chanura, Shala, and Toshala. Lord Balaram killed two, Mushtika and Kuta. So finally, the wrestling match is over. But now Kamsa, he gets up and he makes an announcement. He says, that is actually what we are discussing Balaram's past tense. But after this, immediately that's what happens. Kamsa says, arrest all these people from Vrindavan, take Krishna's parents into custody, put them in the dungeon, and take away their property, all the cows and whatever they have, land. Just take everything away from them. All the relatives also kill them. He's giving these orders, and Krishna just runs onto the dais. He holds Kamsa by his hair, drags him, punches him, pounds on him, kills him off. So that's killing of Kamsa. From that chapter, we read one small part of the chapter now. So Balram strikes Rukmi. This is a very interesting pastime. What happens is, This Rukmi actually, when Rukmini writes a letter to Krishna, we know all that past time. So Rukmini writes a letter to Krishna, says, there's a Swayamvar and my brother wants me to marry Shishupal and all that, but my heart is with you and, I want to marry you. Please come and take me. She requests him to kidnap her. So Krishna shows up. He's taking um, Rukmini. And when he's taking Rukmini with him, he's going at normal pace. It is not like some big kidnap happened. He's going normally. It's like a lion going on the chariot. So what happens is Rukmi comes and stops them. So he's not in favor of this marriage, and so many things happen. And so Krishna, Rukmini says, "Please don't hurt my brother." So what Krishna does is he gives him a funny haircut. He chops his hair, gives him a haircut. In here and there, he'll cut some hair, and Rukmi looks very funny because of that. So, and they have this strained relationship because of that. He leaves him, but his head is beard, is not looking good. His head. So, and he feels it's a big insult, and he would have promised that I will get Rukmini back. If I don't come back with Rukmini, then I will stay outside my palace only. I will not even come. So he makes a palace in a place called Bhojakata. He stays there only, doesn't even go back to his home. It's not a very small place. It's as big as very big place. He stays there to make believe. So what happens? Now, this strained relationship is there between them, but Rukmini's son Pradyumna marries Rukmini's daughter Rukmavati. In the Swayamvar, she actually chooses Pradyumna. Pradyumna is so good looking. He had all the prowess. He actually defeats the other princess who had come for Swayamvar. So they had no choice. The Swayamvar is like that. If the princess chooses that person, she has to marry. And the king also can't say anything. So Rukmi was obliged, and he loves his sister. So he also says okay, and the marriage takes place, wedding takes place. Then after this, Rukmi's granddaughter Rochana marries Rukmini's grandson Aniruddha. So like this, there are weddings happening within the family. What happens is when Aniruddha and Rochana get married, it's a nice, beautiful celebration. This Rukmi's friends, all of them, King of Kalinga and all that, they tell Rukmi, let us challenge Balram and all this other party for a game of dice. Like this, they want to play dice. So they play. What happens? He wins 2 times. Third time, when Balram wins, he keeps on saying something funny. He insults Balram. He says something very funny, and Balram does not like it. He's insulting Balram. He says so many things. And he has friends also who will support him. Then Balram gets very angry. And there's an Akashvani also, some divine voice will say, no, no, Balram is the true winner. In spite of that, Rukmi does not give up. He says, no, no, I'm the winner. So Balram gets very angry because of that. Then he'll strike him and kill him with his gada. So this is what happens. And then all the other kings, all his friends, they start running away. They're like, oh, Balram is hitting him now. It's our turn. Let us run. But what Balram does, he'll go capture them and beat them. He'll go catch this Kalinga, who was also supporting him, and break his teeth. And then he'll punish all his other friends also, whoever was laughing along with him. So this is how Rukmi dies. He dies actually. Such an auspicious event took place, but this also happened. But Krishna doesn't take sides. He just watches because he doesn't know what to say. Rukmini is Rukmini's brother, and Balaram is his brother. So he just stays neutral, doesn't want to interfere in this. So Lord Balaram visits Vrindavan. What we can do is we have more than 12 slides, and there is more pastimes. We can do this next week if you want. Otherwise, it will go on for another like 40 minutes. He visits Vrindavan. Okay, we can do this pastime and maybe stop. Lord Balram visits Vrindavan. Lord wanted to bring the Yamuna by force, and he took the help of his flow. He orders Yamuna river to come, but she does not. So he wants to drag her into so many streams. let's go read this. Once Lord Balaram, who was at the time living in Dwarka, came back to stay in Vrindavan for 2 months. Enjoying pastimes on the bank of Yamuna at Ramaghat, the Lord summoned Yamuna so that he could sport in the waters. When Yamuna Devi did not respond, Lord Balaram took up his favorite weapon, his plow, and began to drag Yamuna in 100 streams. Understanding the position of Balaram, Yamuna Devi personally appeared and offered her obeisances to the Lord with many prayers in his glorification. Thus appeased, the Lord entered and bathed in the waters of the river. So see, Yamuna personified. She appears. She understood. So she came and she apologized, and then they all played in those waters. And then while they were engaged in all the pastimes there, this gorilla shows up. Vivida gorilla. Who was this gorilla? He's from Ramayana time. He and his brother Mainda, they were there with Lord Ram also. And why he's become a person, a gorilla like this, troubling everyone? We'll understand all that in our next session.